I don't know how it's gonna sound, but we can just keep it. Do we know? Because honestly, it's only for webcam if they didn't have a slide. So I could just set it up.
Okay, I have the slides. So yeah, because the slides, like something everyone has It's their turn. Okay. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I want to see how it's done.
Yeah, no, I know, like, for like, they have this whole thing.
And then this is like off screen, right?
But yeah, this is on the other separate screen, so just, it gives me.
And it's like, and everyone's like, and I guess like a lot of people are saying like they haven't had something else. It's like,
Are you presenting today? So I'm just looking at
and I was like, that means nothing to me, bro. I'm here right now. I was like,
my laptop is also really low too. Okay, mine's fine. I just wasn't sure who's presenting.
So, yeah, and it's always like a lot of just like.
Oh, there's a charger here. Are you using the charger? No, this is requires this. Anyways, do you know who is presenting or am I presenting? I can't. It's okay. You can present if you. I can try it too. It's okay. I can present it. This will last like an hour. So I wanted to start so you don't lose too much battery. So running OBS too. It should be fine. Okay.
So I know, yeah, for me, like,
Because
there
if you want,
was a lot of leads that got cut. So it was like,
okay, we good?
Yeah, I can hear it all.
yeah, and then there was people like,
It's both not here today.
but there was people playing.
No, you can't make it.
Do you want to test the audio real quick?
Yeah, how do you do
Like
that?
play us like a video or something? See if it
Like, just like,
How do you do that?
yeah, who I talked to, yeah, exactly. So that was our whole like October, November thing, like trying to connect the dots for different people, like trying to see.
It would seem to be
Just like
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing, and they didn't move our production deadlines either. Oh, not yet. Why would they?
Oh, are you playing the stream?
Yeah, like,
I just played Pony Grand.
I think it works. We can just try.
Alright.
Some of you are about like the so it's like the Rocket League, the Lego Fortnite. So like, and they like max all the time. Like still done, needs to be done by Get it done. I mean, luckily as a UX designer, I wasn't stressed. And that's the rough thing. I think for like tech artists, was more at the end of the pipeline.
All right, everyone. Thanks for making it to the Mid-Semester Showcase. Sorry for starting late. There are a couple last-minute fill-ins, but we're starting now. Woohoo! Yeah! Pump it up! So, I can get my mouse on my other screen. Week 10. So just a quick little announcement and then the showcase. For those who haven't already, you can upload some presentation or even a demo of your game. You can, if you haven't done it, scan this code of brilliance and upload your stuff if you wish to present your progress and get feedback. It's always good to, even if it's scary. And I'm gonna use my mouse. Other thing is officer elections are coming up. So if you are interested in working behind the scenes and controlling the masses of this club, you can impart your will on others by becoming an officer. Wow. You want to have most control, you can become president. Ooh, that's fun. And then a vice president who takes over things when they need to. Treasurer also helps with money. So if anyone's interested in finance or knows anyone interested in finance and practicing finance, please let them know, because that one's a hard one to fill. We also have graphic design for those who want to create pretty graphics and help promote the club. Great for portfolios also. Community manager, someone who just controls, makes sure people don't act stupid in the community on Discord and other areas. Media producer and media coordinator, both helping with creating just different graphics, creating videos, different media things, and also those who help set up the streams and run the streams. Yay. So if anyone's interested, you can always scan this thing. We will have other little pop-ups and little scans on the announcements. If you're interested, please sign up. It's actually a lot of fun if you like to see how things are run and want to learn to run. It's great for your resume. It's great to show that you know how to work in teams, as well as for building other things. And now, the showcase. Woo! Yeah. So, first up, we have Cannibalistic Zombies. Does Cannibalistic Zombies want to come up? Yeah, let's give them a round of applause for Cannibalistic Zombies. All the way over. Exactly. So you guys can just stand, present to people while I move this other thing. I know it's so professional, I know. The internet is so slow here.
I could move out of the seat real quick.
Nah, it's okay, it's just the internet. It's slow.
Or if someone wants to like sit here.
Okay, alright, go ahead. If you want, you can, yeah, you can click through. Alright, whoops. Okay. We can click it away.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright everyone, so this past semester we've been working on our game Cannibalistic Zombies. If you haven't heard of our game before, it's basically zombies eat zombies, so you run a restaurant serving zombies so they don't eat you. And, and basically, we've been working on the night loop portion of our game. So not only do you run a restaurant, but it's also a roguelite where you search and scavenge through buildings, killing zombies to collect meat to serve at your restaurant, while also collecting other things and fighting zombies. Yeah. So yeah, this is our procedural generating levels. At the moment, we have it so that we're procedurally generating houses, and we don't have a lot of art for it yet, but we have a like pixelated camera. You can kind of see it, kind of not really. But basically, the rooms are all randomized and shuffled, and basically it procedurally generates all like the doors and everything on like a case-by-case basis. Like for example, bathrooms would only be connected to the living, like only one room, for example, while the living room might connect to a bunch of different rooms. Yeah. And then, so we've been having a lot of concept art going out too. So here are some examples of our zombies and that we have, and yeah, they're currently in trying to be 3D models as well. And then here are some concept art for our environments. Like here is a living room that one of our concept artists did. It has like a bunch of different variations. So we were just ideating how we wanted the rooms to feel. And here are like a few examples of that. And then here is some 3D art that we're currently trying to get in for the game. Here we're working on like some furniture that we want to be in the procedurally generating rooms. And then we also have some UI systems going. We're getting in an inventory, and we also have a health UI going for the game. Yeah. And here are some of the game mechanics that we've been working on.
So we just about finished the mechanics for shooting with a gun. That's like the main form of combat in the game. Right?
Yeah.
And then I worked on like the player interaction and the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Close a
could.
door.
Yeah, you can close it on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we also have the movement and camera, but you can't really show that, so just credits, but yeah. Oh yeah, and then here is everyone that's been working on the team. Well, all their hard work, we wouldn't have been able to get everything done. So credits to everyone. There's a big list of people. And then, yeah, feel free to play our game. You can either go to this code or scan the QR code, but you'd probably want it on your computer, so you could also type in the link. All on my part. Yeah, that's it.
We'll also be sending a little announcement at the end, so for anyone who uploaded their games like Itch, you guys can play it. We'll let you guys check them out too. So it's only connected to that one. Can you just connect it to that screen? If not, we'll just stop streaming. Make sure. Cool. Stream's working again. What deal is? E. All right, next is Pato. I see. You find a better way of doing this, but oh well.
That's fine.
Don't look at my tabs. Don't look at my
Look at
things.
the spoilers.
Don't look at
Come
spoilers.
on, my products.
Oh no, not Trello. You know all my secrets. All right.
Sure.
I can.
Is it cool if I switch the
Yeah.
slides?
Let me just. No. All right.
Cool. Alright. Alright, what's up everyone? I'm Pato. I'm working on my solo game. It's so early in development, doesn't even have a proper name. You know, it's like the typical project blank.
Admin in the library will close the public in 30 minutes. After 8 p.m., the library remains available to SJC students with current power cards until 12 a.m. Once again, we will close the library to the public in 30 minutes.
That's cool. So yeah, me. So the sources of inspiration for this fighting game that I'm creating are primarily Street Fighter Third Strike. It's a very legendary game, considered one of the best games in the fighting game genre, but primarily because of its pixel graphics. Even though it's rather small in its pixel dimensions, you can see it's very colorful and very pretty, and that's what I'm gonna go for. Aside, it's like a beautiful game. Aside of that, I'm also a pretty big fan of the Guilty Gear franchise, and its very unapologetic use of metal in its thematics. It's completely like bombastic and stylized visuals. You can see like massive lettering to indicate when someone did something cool, or there's huge sparks of everything. That's what I want, that kind of silliness. And lastly, for the main identity of this game, ever since we lost the guitar rhythm game rock genre to the Osu players, I've been wishing for another come up, and I'm making it in the spirit of Guitar Hero 3, which I played a lot of when I was a kid. And you can see like it's very, again, unapologetic dedication to what would be like the perfect rock world. Again, it all came about because I wanted one character to have its super attack be a quick time event of a Guitar Hero sequence, and that's basically what sparked this entire idea. As well as also getting inspiration from current, actual bands, their stylistic choices for everything. You can see on the left side is a lot of Sex Pistols, Foo Fighters, and whatnot. Posters are very emblematic of all this stuff. You can also see on the right, it's posters from the DIY scene here in San Jose. I've watched, when I'm going to this show right here, one of my friends is in the band. I'm a very big fan of my other friend's band who also did a show, and yeah, I'm absorbing and collecting. I'm participating in these things to make sure this is a very good, solid game. You can see pictures of the latest show that I've been to, which I'm planning. I really want to turn these into like a stage or a character or something. I will not forget that night. So how did I start this development process? It all started by going to piratesoftware.com, and reading my main man Thor's essential guidelines on how to get started. And thanks to him, I came up with a design document, which really put like a scope into perspective, really like put a good little timeline of events. And this is what you can see at this moment. As you can see, by the date March 17th, you can see that finishing your stuff on time is liberal propaganda and it's not real. So I'm planning on finishing this stuff at least this weekend. So, as well as part of the development process, having a pulse on how your game looks. So far, I've made art assets, but I've still put out like, hey, which looks better? And I've shown them to my friends to see what they think about it. And you can see that they have constructive criticism about it, and that's what I'm using to guide my game. So what I have working so far is game mechanics are not there. It's all art and music. So let's see what is there. So this is the what would be the main menu, or the right, where the logo would be. You start off the game. This is the first thing you see. You can see I've wanted for a really a grungy look on the brick wall with graffiti, everything on, just as you saw in one of the concert pictures. And this is the final product for now. You can see some of the details that I wanted to add to make it more like awful, like a really ugly wall, and it's basically part of the aesthetic. I also have the versus menu button. I turned it into its own like band poster, which is what I wanted to go with, inspired by all these things. So on the right, you see the before, and then the after, the pixelation. You can see the style. Sometimes it gets compromised by the pixels, but you make it work somehow. I have the quit button. I made it nice and clean. Really tells you, you're a coward if you quit the game and whatnot. We can see like a little snapshot of what would be the character select screen. I'm not trying to go for this like huge, like all the characters are in the middle and then you see them on the side. I'm trying to make this like the atmosphere is part of this. And the character portraits where you select are relegated to the little corkboard that's on the back. Again, like all decorations and whatnot, this is where they're supposed to be whenever you select them. This after a little sketch of the sketch, and now in the pixelator process. And this is what I have so far. Again, like I really like the pixelation. It's like nothing you would conflate with rock or that kind of style or anything, but it kind of looks pretty. I think so. I also worked on the theme of the game. I was, making something in GarageBand. I felt like, hey, I have a guitar. Why not get started on that? But whenever I went into GarageBand and tried to record something with a bass, it sounded really bad. So I told, when I was telling my girlfriend all about how I'm working on it, I told her, I really hate how the bass sounds in GarageBand. So I'm gonna just go to a store and buy one real quick. And so I did, and so I got into producing this bottom track right here. So again, this like huge level of control on your project lets you like inject all your vision into it, and I'm really enjoying that. And finally, we have what would be a little. There we go. I need permission to see this video. Okay, it was a demo, but I need to change the permissions. Man, this sucks. Whatever.
Should I request access?
Yeah, let's try that.
Alright, I'm gonna get a really weirdly named email. It's I don't know why I logged me into another email on this site.
Oh Lord. Share. Alright, shared. Oh no, spoilers again. Come on. Okay, so again, this is in a very early stage of development. You can, this is what I have so far whenever you run a preview of the game, and navigation through the buttons is what's going on right now. I'll tell you right now, when I saw this game like quit, as soon as I clicked the quit button, I was super excited. It was a highlight, I will say. Buttons work. Damn. Perfect. So yeah, that's what I have so far. Thank you guys for listening.
Awesome. Thank you for presenting that wonderful pixelated game. See, Pixar's fun. One of those ones you can pick up easily, but also has a complexity to it. All right, next up we have Ben. A round of applause for Ben. See, now it's that other email. Do you want to click enough to...
It doesn't matter. It's really short.
Okay.
All right. This is my Untitled Defense game, mostly because I don't want to make up names, because I suck at making names. And so this is what I've been working on this semester alone. It's a isometric trap defense style game. It's kind of like Orcs Must Die, except, you know, isometric. The main idea is to build defenses and fight off incoming waves. One of the main twists is that over time you'll collect, or you're going to be given more dungeons to have to manage at the same time. So you're having to like constantly switch between the dungeons and try and manage each floor as more waves continue to come in. There might be a resource system, I don't know. The main idea would be that you can upgrade your traps over time. You can also unlock new traps as well. And then what I've done so far is I got an AI pathing. I've managed to make it so that I can create levels really easily. I have 3 building designs for traps, which is a spring trap, spike trap, and a wall. And I also have some stats when you're selecting the buildings, and that's about it so far. What I want to try and do this semester, hopefully, we'll see how it goes, is get some more enemy types in the game, work on the wave system, which has been crushing me, then maybe an economy, and then add some more maps to the game. And that's about it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for presenting. All right, who do we have next? Place your bets, people. Do you know who they even are? Who even knows? That's what makes it interesting and fun. Next up is J-Cash. Why is this so big on this one? There we go.
Speakers. Okay. All right.
Yeah, speakers to project.
I didn't put in any sound because I thought there would. All right. Okay.
It's
Anyways,
okay. They're mostly for display.
Everyone, so we've been working on this game called Same Day Delivery. My name is Shane, I'm the producer. And yeah, so quick recap. This game is a first-person hack and slash set in a jungle warehouse. And the goal of the game is to survive for as long as possible because all your coworkers have been turned into horrific hybrid cardboard box creatures that crawl and all. Okay, yeah, you'll see. Yeah, so I guess we can get right into it and see what it looks like. You just go straight to the demo. So this is a very, very early build in Unreal Engine. You can see it's literally the default Quinn bot. Yeah, so you can see it's supposed to be a melee centered game. That is the main mode of combat. It's supposed to be very visceral and fast paced. But in this build, we have that the weapon you're currently holding is just an arrow, which I think you saw, but it's just an arrow at this point. But
the internet sucks here.
Yeah, the basic functionality is there. This is basically a white box. This is basically a white box of our game, and we have a functional prototype and a complete gameplay loop.
Okay.
So once it gets up,
Keep like that for it to actually play.
yeah, cool. Okay. I guess I'll let Tyler talk to you about the mechanics that we've implemented so far.
Yeah, so we've implemented several mechanics. Namely, one is picking up and throwing objects. So you can pick stuff up and throw them. And there's collision. We have a collision system set up. Also, ragdoll system, which is pretty cool. And I think the coolest part, or the coolest mechanic we've implemented is our dashing system, because it's all momentum based. And because of that, that means you can b-hop. So by dashing at the correct time, if you time it right, you can actually like keep your momentum going faster than like the default speed.
Sorry, just threw the weapon away.
And yeah, we also have an upgrade system. As you can see in the top left, there's XP. Once you reach a certain XP threshold, you're prompted with several upgrade choices, and you can choose to upgrade base stats such as speed or, what do you remember?
Yeah, speed, so like attack range, attack damage. If you play Nuclear Throne, it's basically that, where it's wave-based, so the end of every wave, you use XP, you accumulate it to upgrade your base stats. Yeah. And then, Hunter, do you want to talk about the wave system?
Sure. So, no game would be fun if you could infinitely upgrade yourself, but the enemies would get harder. So, thus, we implemented a system in which every single time you complete a wave of enemies, the next wave will procedurally get more and more difficult, in which enemies will get more stats and more enemies will spawn, along with, after a certain amount of waves, a certain boss monster and a certain mini-boss monster may spawn to actually try to end your run. This system is mainly designed by having a bunch of spawn points that we are able to set around the entire map. And then the enemies will be randomly spawned throughout and populated around, and then they will all try to find you and kill you. Yeah?
So, yeah, I think that's the end of the demo right there. Yeah, there you go.
Don't look at my recommendations.
Okay, and here's the pretty much
As mentioned, the library will close to the public in 15 minutes. After 8 p.m., the library remains available to issue parties with current tarot cards until 12 a.m. Once again, the library will close to the public in 15 minutes.
it's a top-down view of the current, I guess, white boxing level. There isn't any textures, everything's very simple. And in this, I just basically used Unreal Engine's modeling features and tools to model the level. And yeah, here I just really wanted to experiment with level design, like what makes a wave-based game fun? Like how can a wave-based game, how can a level of a wave-based game not be so, I guess, like monotonous? And so I just experimented with different shapes for level designs, and that's what we came up with.
Yeah, the loop-based design, so that no matter how you navigate the map, you're always going in like a circle, so you don't break through momentum.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our art mood board. It has some different elements for what kind of vibe we were going for in terms of like tone and atmosphere or environment. And the UI as well, which we wanted to be like terminal based, that would be interesting, something like Lethal Company or GTFO. Awesome. So, Hal, do you want to talk about?
Yeah, that's an early version of our player character. As you can see, it is just arms.
Yeah, the first person.
This is also an early version of the arms, so the arms won't even end up looking like this, but it's there. Yay!
I've been working on rigging, so this is the skeleton I have for the monster so far. And yeah, so I decided to pose it in a little victory pose. The next slide is a little animated GIF I made. So it can run now. We just have to work on texturing it and implementing it to the game now.
And I am responsible for this cursed model.
It's okay, looks like my sleep paralysis demon, so you're right on the part.
And got legs.
Yeah, so in addition to programming, I'm working on assets. That's not all of them. I forgot to send them to Shane.
They're on his desktop.
They're on my desktop.
You can imagine it.
Yeah, imagine some really cool assets. Yeah, I'm working on assets.
There's a frying pan also.
Maybe we can turn it into a drawing pan.
So these were, I believe there's Han and Min who worked on these. They are prop artists, environment designers. I think these are Min's, yeah. You can see these are like the shelves in the warehouse. We have some textures. And you can see they're like a little bit compressed, but we wanted it that way. We wanted that like PS2 compressed texture look. Next slide, please. And yeah, there's some more. There's the lockers. These are Han's. That's a pizza box.
Oh, there's a forklift.
Yeah, and then Hal made a very well-rendered forklift for fun. We'll find a nice home for it in the game system. And yeah, so we're nearing the end here. This is our idea, early wireframe of what the UI was going to look like. You see the upgrade choices, the waves, you know, that health and durability for the weapon you're holding. These are Eric's. He's not here, but here's our UI designer, and you can see, you know, sort of the UI look we're going for. Yeah. Okay, and then last but not least, the sound design. So I didn't know there would be speakers today, but so I would have, you know, played the sounds. But instead, I listed out the sound effects that I have worked on, so you can just look at it and imagine what that would sound like. But yeah, the way I made it is I found a bunch of cardboard boxes, and I ripped them up in front of a microphone. I also, you know, because the main characters also have like a power suit made of cardboard, so I had to like wear the cardboard and like rustle around. They look really dumb, but yeah.
Would you like to improv the sounds?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spare it. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that is it.
So, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for presenting. That was a lot of fun. I need to go.
Alright, I can find my mouse.
I actually have two more, but they weren't added to this for some reason. So next up, while it doesn't say here, we have Echoes of Fear. Echoes of Fear? No, not here. Echoes of Fear. Is that the report? Yeah, give it up for Echoes of Fear! It has to reload every single time.
Alright, this is our game, Echoes of Fear. It's a, next slide, I don't know what it says. Okay, so this is a horror game we're working on, where you play as a college student named Elena. And basically you play out day to day, and you realize there's a stalker following you. So you gotta do your normal school and life and daily tasks, while also not getting murdered. And
okay, so here's our progresses for our house. So I just imported some kitchen stuff in living room, and then yeah, we did the house design. Next slide. This is the bathroom, and we're deciding to do the mirror like as a reflection, but I think that would just glitch the game. So
we're working on it.
Yeah. And there's the bedroom.
So some of the tasks you do is like picking up the clothes off the floor, and on a later day you would sit down at the desk and do homework, which we're still working on how that's going to work. The orb is a placeholder task. You just kind of like stare at it for a little bit, and that's how you finish the task. And then at the end of the day, or at the end of the first part of the day, you would go to the bus stop and take the bus to school to continue. And this is what outside the house looks like for now. And then, you want to talk about this? No? Okay, so we have, this is our creepier stalker. He looks very scary. We have like transparent windows, so you can see outside, and the stalker would occasionally like sprint up to the house and make a noise. There's also this kind of subtle CRT effect over the screen that's just like an image overlay that's transparent, so you can see through it. And then this is what the task list would look like. In game, you could hold a button to see, like a piece of paper would cover the screen with everything that you still need to do. And that would update as you do things in the game. Is that it? That's it.
Oh no, my battery's dying. Gotta love that long battery life on gaming laptops. Alright, and last but not least, we have K14 presenting. Let's give it up for K14!
Oh no, spoilers, don't look, guys.
Don't look.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Wait, go back.
There you go.
As you can see, I'm the graphic designer. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm actually the producer of K14. This is our showcase. All right, so here guys, I want you to close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes, all right? So let me tell you the game. Close your eyes. Now imagine you're a cat, right? Awesome. Imagine you're a cat. Now imagine you have a rocket launcher, right? And now above you, there's a giant saucer of cheese with mice in it, and it's shooting down on you. All right, this is the core of our game. So basically, our game is going to be a mobile game, and it's only going to utilize one button. That means one button to move, one button to shoot, one button to basically do everything. All right, next slide. You guys could open your eyes now. Oh yeah, open your eyes. Sorry about that. I mean, you can close. You guys can sleep. It's pretty late. So this is our World 1 concept art that we've been working on for about a month. As you can see, we have our cats, we have the world. So our World 1 is actually going to be a cheese moon. Pretty crazy, right? Moon made out of cheese. And we have things like meteors, which is made out of meatballs, which is pretty funny, cool for our story team to make. And we have our cat that has a funny little astronaut helmet. Can you go to the next slide, please? And this is actually our finalized art for World 1. We have our cat, we have our funny looking sprites, you know, very simple, very generic, I would say, but very cute in my opinion. And then we have the bosses, right? We have a meteor, which is a meatball meteor, you know, meat, that's pretty funny. And then cheese UFO, and it has the rocket launcher, we have the ammo, and there's other art, but then it can't fit in one slide, of course. I don't want to spoil the whole thing.
Attention, the library will close to the public in 5 minutes. After 8 p.m., the